I did mention net making. And of course, we have to talk to them, don't we? Harrod UK. I mean, they do gardening and they do football nets and other nets as well. All started from the very same business. So let's have a word with Kevin Utton from Harrods UK. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Lesley. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. So, and I was hearing you talking the other day on our Drive Time show to Foz because you're making nets for the Olympics, are you not?
We are, and it's a very sort of pertinent week because this week we are installing our first tranche of equipment down at Stratford Park, and we've been called upon to do some blue nets to match the Olympic colour and the colour of the pitch.
Ooh, how trendy is that? Will you be able to see them? I suppose it doesn't matter, does it?
Well, it's got a pink runoff, so they'll certainly be clear.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's a blue pitch with a pink surround, matching the local colours.
How amazing. Is that the first time you've ever done anything like that?
Well, it's the first time we've done blue nets, yes. The sort of hockey nets as standard are green or white, so but they asked us to do them to match the pitch, and that's what we've got to do. Okie
dokie. Have you already been down and had a look?
Went down when the site was first sort of being built, and we've got some of our chaps down there, not myself this week, but we've got some of our chaps down there this week putting the equipment up. So the first tranche will be up, and we'll be uploading some pictures on Flickr for everyone to see pretty soon.
It's really exciting, isn't it, for a local business to be involved in our own Olympics?
Oh, it's fantastic! Yeah, it's the London Olympics. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So everybody here is really excited.
So what are you going to be supplying for the Olympics?
Well, as I mentioned, this week we're putting up some hockey equipment. So hockey goals, hockey nets, hockey team shelters, and official shelters. And then on the football side, there's 6 venues, and we're doing all the football goals for the main stadiums, then all the football goals for the training camps as well.
They're not using cameras, are they? Because I know we've talked about this before. I've talked about it before. You have got that facility. Should anyone ever want to go that far, you've got it, haven't you?
There won't be cameras in the goals, but I do believe they are sort of looking at some kind of camera systems to give the spectator a better view, really.
Right, okay, so screens for the screens as opposed to for the umpires and
it
referees.
Is, but I think it's coming. I think it is coming for football, so that may be something in the future we're talking about.
Because I know you're sort of ready embraced, aren't you? Should it ever
We
happen?
are, yes. Until FIFA give it the green light, then there's not too much we can do. But we are working with them and with a couple of companies looking at it at the moment as well. So it's exciting stuff.
I mean, your nets go all over the world, though, don't they? Not just Olympics.
They do. And an interesting story as we're talking about nets was earlier in the year when Barcelona beat Manchester United in the final, and Barcelona cut the nets down and took them home as a souvenir.
Did they? What did you think of that?
Well, I thought it was great publicity, personally. I thought, I'd get a press release out of that one, definitely.
And did you get the publicity?
I did, yes. Yeah, got a great picture of them being cut down, sort of chap on somebody's shoulders with a pair of scissors in hand. I'm not sure why he didn't just use the net clips, but...
Scissors, it probably took him ages. That was good from your point of view.
Yes, very much so.
So what's the oddest request you've ever had then, nets-wise?
Nets-wise, well, probably the strangest one was a couple of years ago when we got a phone call from Malaria No More. And they asked us to go down to Wembley Stadium, and we had to create 2 nets for them. One was a giant tennis net, which was about 42 metres wide, and it had to go across the width of a pitch. And Andy Murray and David Beckham played tennis across it. And then we needed to create a Malaria No More goal net. And this is out of the malaria netting, and we had to make a football goal net and fit that to the goal at Wembley. So that's probably one of the strangest requests, I would say.
So mosquito netting.
It was mosquito netting. Yes.
Did you make that yourselves? Because it's very fine stuff. That
it
isn't
is. Yeah, we didn't make the raw material, but we got the material in and converted them to sports nets.
Is the one venue you haven't yet managed to get your nets to that you're aiming at because you'd just love to go there yourself?
There's always sort of more on the list, but we've got plenty. I've been very sort of privileged to walk on a lot of hallowed turfs, and it's always still a great feeling when you walk out on the pitch at Wembley and see your equipment.
Yeah, I can imagine it's wonderful. And you're going to get to go to the Olympics, aren't you? Something which a lot of us aren't going to manage.
Yes, no, that'll be great, and we've got to be down there as well as technical support. So that'll be fantastic.
Oh, well, thank you for having a chat. And the whole business came about originally from fishing nets, wasn't it? There weren't enough fishing nets being used, and your boss decided to look for other places to use nets.
He did indeed, yes. He was asked if he could create a football net, and Ron being Ron, his first answer is always yes. So he'll worry about how he's going to do it later. He'll say yes, and then he'll go find a way of doing it. Typical entrepreneur.
It's brilliant story. Thank you ever such a lot for being with us, Kevin.
Okay, thanks, Lesley.
Take care. Bye. Kevin Utton from Harrod's UK. You've also got Harrod Horticultural. All of them making nets, so nets for your garden, your fruit cages, that sort of thing. Hockey nets, football nets, all at the Olympics. And you heard it first there. They're going to be doing blue nets. Did he say a pink background as well? That's going to be at the Olympic Stadium. So watch out for those, should you be lucky enough to get to go, or we can watch on the telly as well.